What is up, guys? I hope you're all doing very well. I have a little bit more sleep in my system now, so there's more time to make Gwent deck guides. This one is my favorite so far. Northern Realms is hitting the meta like a brick. It is doing very well, and this sort of combination specifically is very popular. So I'm going to share my version with you, and I hope it treats you very well. Alright, so firstly, the leader ability we are using in this specific deck is called Pincer Maneuver. Now, this leader ability has been changed quite a few times in the past, but right now this is what it does. So you get to draw a Northern Realms card of your choice out of the deck, and then you can choose a card in your hand to shuffle back into your deck. So you will also spawn a volunteer in the melee row, which is a soldier, and that's a good thing, and we'll be getting to that a little bit later. Just remember, you can't use this when your hand is already full, because you can't draw a card if you have 10 cards in hand. So never use this the first thing you do in round 1. Alright, so this gives you a lot of control over the cards you want to play and what you want to try out in what round. So in round 1, I normally go for a strong tempo round with King Foltest. Now, you can of course use him in a different round too, and it could make for a very good bleed. Now, the first time a bronze unit on your side of the battlefield is boosted, this will spawn a base copy of it at the bottom of your deck. Now, you normally want to place this next to the bronze card you want to spawn, because this card will boost the card to the right by 1 every turn. So it is going to spawn the boosted copy as well. You don't have to worry about the fine print, because we do have a Diversion deck for you. Now, the card you use this in combination with is the Dun Banner. So whenever the Dun Banner receives a boost, it will summon all copies of it from your deck. So if you place this right next to King Foltest, every turn he'll boost this card by 1. Then another one of this will be pulled out from your deck into the same row, and it will be boosted. So this makes for a pretty strong engine, and you're definitely going to want to get these out in the same turn. This is one of the cards I normally draw out with my Pincer Maneuver leader ability. So if I do not have King Foltest, or I do not have access to a Dun Banner, I will likely get something like John Natalis. And with John, you can play a Warfare card from your deck. Now remember, Amphibious Assault is a Warfare card. So this gives you not only access to your Echo card, it gives you access to a boosted Dun Banner that's likely not going to get killed off the bat. Now, what happens when our base card is locked? Well, we purify it, of course. We purify it with Kutkudak. Now, remember, this card purifies adjacent units, so you can, of course, purify 2 units if both units happen to be locked. So normally when I'm playing against Nilfgaard, if one unit gets locked, I purposely play a strong unit right next to it and hope it gets locked or poisoned, because then I play Kutkudak in between them, and he does a very nice job. You can also pull him out with your Amphibious Assault, because he is a Northern Realms card, which makes him quite cool. Alright, then another card I always want to play round 1, especially if I have a blue coin, meaning I have first say, is because I can use my Crystal Skull stratagem and protect him essentially. It's Dandelion. Now, Dandelion will boost a unit in your deck by 2. Every 2 turns. It's an order ability. You get to choose which card you want to boost, which makes for significant carryover. Now, if he's inspired, meaning he is boosted, if he is above 7 points, at the end of every turn, he will also boost the top unit in your deck by 1. So this is a random unit that happens to be at the top of your deck. So this is a very strong card. Now, be careful. If you're going to be playing against Nilfgaard, the moment you give this card Crystal Skull, it will give him Veil as well. Now, Veil is a status, and that means that Vincent can kill him immediately. So you have to look out for that. Just keep this in mind if you're playing against Nilfgaard. Alright, so then our other combo that is great in a long round and great in a short round, it's Siege. So this is a scenario, a beautiful one at that. The moment you play Siege, you get your Reinforced Trebuchet. This is a Siege engine. It's placed on the range row. At the end of your turn, it will damage a random unit on your enemy's range row. Now, if this is crude, it can damage a random enemy unit on any row instead. So crew means if a card is placed between two soldiers. So you have to know which of your cards are soldiers. Now, I rarely have my soldiers on the range row because a lot of them are row locked on the melee row. So whenever you use your leader ability, the volunteer will spawn on the melee row. If you use John, he's going to be used on the melee row. So you rarely get reinforced trebuchet with the crew ability. But if you play another siege engine, which we have plenty of, you're gonna get your battering ram out. Now, this card has also changed recently. It's deploy, and again, if you play this card between two soldiers, it will gain zeal, meaning you can use it immediately. Otherwise, it's order. So normally you'll place it on the range row, and then when he moves himself to the melee row, you will damage the highest enemy unit by 3. Now, it has a cooldown of 2 now, which is the new aspect of this card, meaning very much like the boar in the square tile faction, you can now move this to the range row again, and then you can continue doing this back and forward. Not that I ever really get enough time to do it, but keep in mind this card has now changed. Then lastly, when you play your last siege engine, this card will use Bombardment. It's a warfare card. Now, this will damage 4 enemy units at random, unconditionally. What it will do is, though, with every siege engine you have on your side of the board, it will add 1 more point of damage. So if you have a lot of siege engines, Bombardment is a pretty strong card, and our deck is filled with siege engines. So let's quickly take a look at them. The first one is the strongest one, and it's Fortress Pride. Now, it damages an enemy unit by 2, and units right next to it by 1. It has a cooldown of 4, and you can use it immediately. But if you use crew, the cooldown is only 2, making this very strong. So normally, again, all my soldiers are on the melee row. You want those soldiers to be right next to each other. You then play Fortress Pride in between those soldiers, and this card will have crew, meaning every 2 turns you can use your order ability, which is pretty strong. Then we have the bronzes. Now, the first are the Reinforced Ballista. They damage a unit by 1 every single turn. But if you resupply, it will reduce the cooldown by 1, meaning you can use it again that turn. Resupply means whenever you play a warfare card. So we have plenty of warfare cards. You'll immediately see that you can use it again because it will light up with green. And you have the option of playing it on the range row, where it will get formation, meaning you can't use it immediately, but it will boost itself by 1. Or you can use it on the melee row, meaning it won't boost itself by 1, but you can use it immediately. The option is yours. Alright, so we have 2 of those, and they are quite strong. We also have Siege Tower. Now, this is just the card I included for the sake of including it. It gets vitality for 4 turns, but if you play it between 2 soldiers, it will boost itself immediately instead. Okay, and then we have Queen Adelaide. Now, what she does is she gives us the option to play one of our bronzes again. So what she does is she spawns and plays a base copy of a bronze Northern Realm unit from your hand and gives it a shield, meaning she makes another copy of it. And it's also protected with a shield, which is quite nice. So always remember, you can only use this from hand. So if you don't have any bronze Northern Realm units in your hand, she won't be doing anything. So don't make that mistake, and make sure you use Queen Adelaide first, not last. Okay, and then we go on to making another copy with reinforcements. So this is a warfare card, meaning it will trigger resupply, and your cards will be usable again if you're playing your ballista. This spawns and plays a base copy of a bronze allied unit. So again, if your allied units are killed and you have no bronzes left, you won't be able to use this card. Okay, now we also have Margarita. She is able to lock an enemy unit, which is quite handy in the current meta. We also have Bloody Baron. You're able to reset the power of a enemy unit. Remember, this is also a soldier, so if we played on the melee row but earlier, we can get some crew abilities out. Now, this is Hubert. He's a very fun card. Whenever you use an order ability, while this card is in your deck, and you always want it to be in your deck, it will remove 1 counter from it. And the current counter is 10. So when it reaches 0, this card will be summoned from your deck into your range row. Now, this card is very fun to play around with because we have Dandelion. So if you'd like, every time you use your order ability, you can boost Hubert. And when Hubert comes out of your deck, and you'll get a big boosted card for free, and it's very nice thinning at the same time. So just keep that in mind when you're playing Hubert. Okay, then we have more warfare cards. So you have Boiling Oil, it damages an enemy by 5. If you kill the enemy, it will purify adjacent units. Just something interesting to note. Then we also have Bombardment. Now, this card is very strong once again if your side of the board is flooded with siege engines. So keep it for last, and it can do quite a bit of damage. And then lastly, we have some normal bronzes like Rite of its Royal Guards, and you have the Karak Marine. We have Devotion, so we can boost an allied unit by 4. Alright, that was quite a mouthful, and I hope you guys understood it. You'll get the hang of it eventually, but I'll include 3 games now so you can get a better idea of how this deck works. It's very fun, and I'm climbing quite a bit with it. So good luck, have fun, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so our source is 720, which is interesting, but at least it looks alright. Stream quality is good. Okay, cool. We back clap. Okay, yeah, let's get back to it, shall we? I apologize, chat. My sincerest apologies for wasting your time. Weird that it goes to not 1080, but the quality is alright. In the end, it didn't even matter. You're watching at 480, okay. That's good to know. Alright, oof, okay. Normally not a good matchup. In our decks are boring. Oh gosh, I just heard a noise. Oh, thank you for the host, Outlaw Man. 60 PF left the stream. Oh, is it not doing 60 anymore? Interesting. Doesn't matter. I shall sort it out a different day. I think NR is one of the most interesting ones at the moment, to be fair. Monsters, that's a bit more boring. But still fun. Oh yes, blue coin. Okay, so Dandy gets Vincented or Yend, which is a problem, because normally that's what happens. Are we gonna hope he didn't draw Vincent or Yen? Yes? Let's hope for it. It's fine. It's the first time streaming the new system. Fix it later. There's no issues at all other than those 60 FPS. I just changed it back to 30 because I didn't know what was the problem. Opponent connection loss. Oh, thank gosh. I thought it was mine. Ah. No Vincent or Yen? Weird. That's not how we normally do this. I shall now boost you. You're working from home right now. Hey Damon, new PC, did you build, upgrade, or buy? Also, what's inside this new beast? Okay, I shall tell you. I didn't build it, but I got someone over. I bought the parts, and I replaced most of the parts from my old system. So because it literally costs, like I said, an arm and a leg, I don't want to risk screwing it up myself. But I watched a lot of it, and I will now give you the updated specs. I'm not too bothered about this card, but it does kind of bother me, so I'm going to kill it. Hey Badge, I'm doing well, how are you doing? Okay, so right now my CPU is a Ryzen 9. It has 12 cores, which is amazing. My RAM is now upgraded from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigabytes, so I doubled the RAM capacity altogether. The motherboard needed upgrading, so I'm now using a Tomahawk X570 Wi-Fi. And then power supply is a Fractal Design 850 and it's modular as well. But the graphics card I couldn't upgrade, which sucks. Because currently it means my graphics card is still the one I initially used. I'll tell you what it is now. It's currently still GTX 1060, and I want the GTX 3070, but I can't get any because they are constantly out of stock here. So the moment I get that, I'm gonna install it. How's the noise? What do you mean? The noise from my side? How does it sound to you? Oh, the PC. It's very soft. We also got rid of one of the fans because the fan was making far too much noise. I'm gonna opt out of this round very soon. And then lastly, I got more storage space, so I got another terabyte. Yeah. Another terabyte of storage. Now I don't have to worry about constantly having to delete files every time I make a YouTube video. Okay, and this is me opting out of the round and passing. Buying a graphics card is impossible. Yeah, I know. I know, I've tried. And when he continues, that's awesome. I'm gonna pass now. I will be lurking a bit. Chiazub, no problem. Oh, that's infuriating. Huh. Maybe I will not be opting out of the rounds. Freaking miners. Well, the boring thing is that a lock everything deck forces people to point slam instead of playing cards with abilities. This is also true. Gonna give you another boost, Hubert. Gonna use my amphibious assault. Oh no, I forgot. Shit. I thought I still had my siege ladder. I don't. Well, I'd rather have more of these than getting this. So for now, that's gonna have to do it. Shit. Hey Baron. You can tweak fan speed in the BIOS to go up as the CPU or GPU heats up. That's interesting. I didn't know that. People are buying out graphics cards for mining Bitcoin, really? Blue Bomber, thanks for the follow. For mining Bitcoin. Shizm, thanks for the follow. The thing is, the longer this goes on, the better my Dandelion becomes, and that's always a good thing, right? Because it keeps boosting cards like this, which is awesome. And I'm getting some good cards out of him. Ballista to kill Duchess before? You know what? I didn't know you could kill your own cards. Thank you very much for that. I've only recently started playing this deck. That makes this card so incredibly strong. Wow. Very nice. I will remember that. The GPU market is not expected to better before in a year or two. I got lucky when I upgraded my PC. I found the 30-second window where the graphics card I wanted was in stock. Now good card costs equal for used car in my country. You are not even over-exaggerating, friend. It's more or less the same here. Shit, I would have wanted to go into a long round instead here. Short round, I mean. Do I say screw it and do it anyway is the question. Pansky, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we say screw it and we do it anyway. Let's get our hands on a boosted reinforced ballista. We're gonna get a 9-point Hubert out, which makes up for our lack of a card. And we get rid of 3 reinforcements. Then we play V playing Queen Adelaide formation. And now we see Vincent Paps coming out. Borubat, thank you for the follow. Ballista is very, very strong. Maybe the 4000 series will be better. I'm not expecting this generation of GPUs to get any better in terms of supply and price. I was just upgrading to be ready for the Forest 2. I am so ready, Outlaw Man. In the beginning of the stream we tried Rust and it worked. So if I can play Rust on full settings, then the Forest it's going to be even better. Woof. I mean, I can always pass, to be fair. He still has a coup. Good to know, good to know. Or we can continue the bleed because we are greedy. Yeah, I think we just continue. Very greedy. And we have 2 soldiers for crew. I know Life Coach really loves ballistas. Is that sarcasm? Did he face ballistas and hated it? Roderick, gonna get out that aristocrats. Yep, Masquerade Ball, gotcha. I still think we push.
A taste of Nordling, is it?
Interested in FromSoft games? I haven't really heard of them. What are the games I should be looking out for? No sarcasm, he played NR and he really liked them. Alright, well that's awesome to hear. It's so cool seeing him around still. I knew we were gonna get a lock. I should have. I could actually still get good Kudak. Okay. Interesting. I didn't click on that. My hand is right here. Just saying. Woo! Parkour! Wanna see a little sneaky? Good Kudak. Woo! Parkour! Hey, Pendle. Another thing, are you planning on upgrading your monitor in the future as well? Not sure what you're using now, but if you have a 3070, you'll want at least a 1440 screen. I'm not sure what I have. But the screen I'm playing with costed quite a bit. It's a large screen that actually bends, so it has a curve. I'll show you. Hello, chat. So this is my boring screen, and this is my big one. You can see it's got a beautiful curve. And this is my kitty. She's doing a sleepy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think we did alright. We need a cat cam. You didn't play on full screen? I do. I was showing you my Streamlabs version, unfortunately. So I was showing you what my capture card was doing. Not my capture card, my application. Havelski, thanks for the follow. Yay! Okay. Dandy's good. Ah, blue coin dandy is amazing. We've got our down banner, we've got our full test. We get rid of Bombardment for now, and we don't want all of these cards in the hand right now either. Then we start off with Dandy, Melero, give it a boost, and start getting carryover. I like the sinister music of Square Tile. At least you can hear the music now. We were struggling with that a bit earlier. Hopefully it's loud enough. See, I'm not sure if it's a bug or merely an unintended consequence. Are you playing a Madoc? Uninteractive elves? No? Okay. I will now play Kadok and instead place all of my cards in the melee row.
Scrub this, scrub that, for fuck's sake, I'm sick of these shows.
And it is boosting... Ah, Fortis Pride. That's always a nice one to boost. Tricky, thanks for the follow. Rydrick, I don't know why he wants to move it. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay. I guess we could start playing this.
Finally.
But it appears as if he's just going for the pass more than anything. The thing is, you never know if they're playing a trap deck or not. Because they could be. Because that just does seem like a pass, if anything. So I will start giving boosts to cards I want to keep safe, and we'll get Reinforced Ballista out of killing range. Then we'll play King Full Test here, thin our deck, and he likely passes. If not, we pass. To me, it seems kind of like a Redea deck. It could very well be. He hasn't really given us much to work with right now. Yeah, so he was just going for the pass. That's fine. Now the problem is whether we push or not, because we're actually very, very strong in a long round. But then again, a short round with the right cards is just as strong. Like this one. No, Hubert. Go back. Hey Noki, how are you doing? If you want this one, it is right here. The thing is, how are we going to win in a short round? Because we probably get John into Amphibious Assault and get Queen Adelaide and go for a 2-0, right?
Let us sing the song of steel.
What are the PC specs? Okay, so I got 16 gigs of RAM up to 32 gigs of RAM. I got a new CPU. I now have the Ryzen 9 with 12 cores, which is quite nice. Hey Maestro. Yeah, and the motherboard is now Tomahawk X570. Power supply is a fractal design 8050 modular, and then I got another terabyte of storage, but my graphics card is still the same. It's still a GTX 1060, which isn't that great.
You stand no chance.
What I actually would like I'm just trying to figure out what I should do here. Is a 3070, but I can't afford it right now. No, sorry, I can't afford it. I'm not concentrating. They're out of stock. That's what I wanted to say. They are out of stock, so I can't get my hands on one. I might have to settle for a 3060.
Have not dreamt.
Okay. Now we've got 2 soldiers, so we do have to play Foltest Pride soon. But instead we'll... Yeah, I think we go with Foltest Pride next. Kill Elven Swordmaster. Ah, I knew it. I knew it was a trap deck. I knew it. That's why I bled. Because you always want those traps out. Especially if he decides to go uninteractive. Okay, so it's gonna be 1. It's gonna... We need to start getting rid of elves, especially the Vernasil elves. For now, we're gonna play Foltest Pride in between 2 soldiers. I'm gonna kill you. Hubert comes out. Good boy, Hubert. Now, he likely has played Serpent Trap. So we kind of need to watch out for that. Maybe first get another hit out of Foltest before we decide to use an effect. Waylay onto my 3-point card, most likely. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna kill you, you, and then I'm going to play my siege. Almost didn't do that in time. That would have been a bit of a mistake. That's a lot of Vernasil's commandos. Okay, here we go. We get a solid point here. Yeah, that's very nice. I'm going to kill you to make Vernasil weaker. And then we're gonna play you on the range row. Nice. I mean, these traps are going to hurt, don't get me wrong. But not enough. So when I use reinforcements now, I have a feeling this reinforced ballista dies. And that's okay. Yeah, alright. We play this in the melee, because I don't know how long I'll be able to use these anymore. Bingo bango bongo, or your elves die. And kill, and kill, and kill. Okay, nice. Maneuver. Oof, ouchies. 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, that's likely us passing then, right? Hey, Art Zagert, how are you doing? Bullying elves? No, we pushed elves. That's the trick. If we didn't, we might have been in trouble. Now we might see some real cards coming out here. Ah, Maxi. Prepping for the next round, sir.
You can hide, but I'm gonna get you.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. There shan't be a next round. Unless you have Vernasil and your trap card. If you have Aldane and ooh, interesting. Ooh, my goodness. And then Verno into me. Oh my gosh, he actually drew all of his cards. Is it enough? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus Verno is 15. Yes. Whew.
Nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
King Dwayndidus. Thanks for the follow. You're so hyped for the next cards. Yeah, it makes me more hyped because I know I'm gonna get them off the bat, so I'm very excited about it. I don't mind paying to support the devs. Same here. Especially when it goes into an open event, because then you support the prize pool for the players. That's the only reason I'd spend money in a game. I don't like spending money in a game, otherwise it feels like a waste, except if it ends up supporting devs that I like. And I happen to like our devs. I might be a bit biased. But yeah, for me the board sort of changes my whole mood. I don't know, if you give me a purple board, I'm normally very happy. or a green board. A green board is also quite nice. Am I going to do this? Take a chance. The only thing CDPR doesn't give you for free is coin. I don't mind paying to support the devs. I think they made the best expansion pack this time. Before they gave premium kegs, because you didn't get it. Oh yeah, I recall. Yeah, this time you're basically guaranteed getting all the cards, which is very nice. Gonna give old Hubert a boost, because we're normally guaranteed to actually draw him. So the first thing I notice is this guy is likely not running a lock, or else he would have played it, I assume. Like in Warzone, where 2 skins cost 33 euros. My gosh.
No good wine will cost you, not even compost.
Alert! To arms!
Get Cyberpunk. Ah, yeah, I actually have the Cyberpunk coin too. I still want to play Cyberpunk, and one of the big reasons I upgraded my PC recently was the fact that I could actually play games on my PC now that isn't Minecraft or Gwent. So that was quite cool for me. And now I can actually play Cyberpunk when I want to. But the first game I have promised you all we'll be playing is Resident Evil Village. And we'll be playing that anytime soon, but I will announce it first. We're gonna go with John. And we're gonna get rid of 1 boiling oil. And we're gonna play John. And we're gonna get out Amphibious Assault. And get Dunbanner into the Range Row. And from here on out, if he decides to continue, we will eventually out-tempo him and win on even. Because he clearly doesn't have a lock. Did they fix Cyberpunk? They are fixing it in patches, but I have never played it. I want my first experience to be like flawless. Ah, Volgafort. Ouch. So a Colgrim deck then.
Quite the menial task.
Hubert. That's a problem. Because I really need last say. So I can get rid of Colgrim, Deadman's Tongue. Oof. I mean, so far we have a similar amount of cards. making Colgrim not nearly as strong. I don't know how to go about this. I can't really push. Pizza Drista, thank you for the follow. Like, do I even want King full test? He's still a pretty cool card. And Hallam, thank you for the follow.
If the king demands a head, I'll give him yours.
Okay, so Hubert is gonna come out. Our Echo card is going to also get a card out. I mean, Colgrim might not even be that strong. We shall see. I have a lock, if need be. But I can't purify a defender. I'd have to kill the defender. Big difference. I can reset the defender. I have a purify. Karak Marine, likely my worst card right now. No, that's even worse, Gwent. Thank you very much. Okay, how are we gonna start this one off? Nothing I want yet. We might draw Margarita when the time comes. For now, we set up our engines. The first one is going to be a reinforced ballista in the range row to get formation. Baron boost from Dandelion would have killed the defender. True. True. And there's the lock. Oh, are we playing aristocrats by any chance? Are we playing an artifact? Now let's see if you lock this one too. Because that's what I always did back in the day when I was still playing Visigoth of Corvo. I'd purposely try and get him to lock two of my cards right next to each other. Ah, and then I'd play Kudkudak. Okay, let's try that again. To be fair, I should have played this to the left of that, right? Yeah, it would have been better. Ah, there it is.
Behold, Nilfgaard's iron might!
He's probably setting up Masquerade. I'm gonna be frank, I'm not sure what's happening.
Gather my men.
The city is ravaged by rot.
Can you show the mug? Yeah. It's a little cow. Cute. Yeah, I have a lot of random mugs, to be fair. You're gonna be Frank? Hi, Frank. You could call me Frank if that makes you feel more comfortable. Oh, is this just a one of those hyper thinning decks? Because that is just as scary, to be honest. But I think we could out-tempo. Put two soldiers next to each other for now. And Legia, thank you for the follow. So what do we want? Because I have a feeling a lock won't be needed. Fultus Pride, likely the strongest we're going to get. And we'll be able to use it a few times if we place... Yeah, this is going to be fine. This should be an easy win, I think. What are we shuffling away? Probably another siege engine. I shuffle away the siege tower, right? I can just draw it with Amphibious Assault. Yeah. And then I play Fultus Pride between two soldiers. I do that. And now it will reset at least once so I can use it again. What is a yay science fiction? It's a young adult science fiction. It means you can read it as a teenager, but you can also read it up into your 20s, 30s, 40s. But young adult means not for children, but older teenagers. Alright. Gonna tackle you most likely. Then go for Amphibious Assault. I could block it. Is that gonna be worth more? I don't think so. I'd rather play this, get an immediate 4-point boost. Alright. Makes sense now, I'm glad. Oh, Riku, my goodness. That's scary.
And that's a good thing.
See, I didn't click on that, and it did it by itself. Again, I almost just clicked on my own card. So if someone's 50, they can't read it. They are more than welcome to read it. They might like it. Rinse. Okay. I think that's a win. I think so.
See what the future holds.
Rather close, actually. Damn. Rather close. Almost too close for comfort.